The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says as of today, a Door County farm can legally operate as a CAFO, or a concentrated animal feeding operation. It granted a permit request for Gilbert Farms in Sevastopol. It's a story we followed here on Action 2 News when several hundred people gave in-person and online feedback about the project last year. The farm plans to add nearly 1,000 animal units by the end of 2026, bringing it to just under 2,500 cows, heifers, and calves. A majority spoke out against the project last year, citing concerns including water contamination. As part of the permit approval, the DNR is allowing the farm to roughly double its manure storage. DNR, though, also requiring Gilbert Farms to submit groundwater monitoring plans and specifications by October 1st of this year.